they can run the gate faster. Are we all good?
Yeah, just stay still for a second so I can do this.
Guys, just for our disclaimer quickly, thank you for being on this live stream with us. We are not here to cause alarm, harassment, distress, or any form of intimidation. We are here to exercise our right to public assembly, to protest, and to be here on public land to film the animals as they enter this place of absolute horror. We are here as your friend, telling you something that the industry has lied to you. We are telling you the truth, okay, because you deserve to know the truth, and we are here defending the animals from your purchases right now if you are not vegan. So behind me, this is a slaughterhouse here in the UK, okay? This particular place has got major FSA breaches, but we are not here for animal welfare. We're here to abolish this completely. There's no right way to kill someone who doesn't want to die. If you stay on this live stream, we will be showing you the animals as they turn up today. The one place that you can see, you'll see how hard they try to not let you guys see the animals, all right? We've nearly been hit by trucks. We've had farmers try and drive at us, but we just try and do everything we can to get the animals seen, to shine a light on what happens to them so good people could go from a number 2 to a number 1.
People say you never mention halal either, you hypocrites.
Yeah, we mention absolutely everything, but it's all the same. You don't even realise that halal is just a word, just like RSPCA assured is just a word. Nothing changes for the animals, okay? Standard halal, it's all the same. But you think, because you're conditioned, that it's different, okay? Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, like, share, and subscribe. Here are your victims if you are not vegan. These are your victims if you are not vegan right now. Happening live at a slaughterhouse, potentially dairy cows or beef cows.
Right at the back, right at the back, right at the back.
1 cow at the back. I'm so sorry, babe. I'm so sorry. How do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night doing this to animals? Shame on you. So that was weird. I've never seen a truck like that. We think you saw 1 cow at the back. Let me have a look on the camera. Steve, you just talk for a second whilst I look on the camera.
Okay, so that truck now has just come in. They're now just going to reverse and they're going to just drop however many cows are in there into the back of that layerage. That layerage again is the waiting room before they get taken onto the kill floor to die. How heartbreaking is this? Put hearts in the chat for the animals. Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan. Be open-minded to the conversation. And subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan.
3 cows from the beef industry at the back. Those cows will be around 18 months old. They're about to be taken off onto this lairage here, which I call a dungeon. A lairage is basically where they get unloaded off into the slaughterhouse to await the kill floor. This massive truck with the 3 cows on the back, they must be so afraid. Okay, the farmer has betrayed them, forced them on this truck to a slaughterhouse. Now, I've never seen a truck, Steve, have you, where the rest of it's empty?
No, absolutely heartbreaking.
The way we end this is by living vegan. It's all about supply and demand. If you're paying for animal products, they kill animals on your behalf. We can end this today. You can take your own responsibility and remove yourself from this industry of violence, of lies, of bestiality, of kidnap, of grape without the G. I used to pay for this too. I was just lied to. I was mugged off by the industry. If you are not vegan, you have been mugged off by the industry and you believe their lies. It's disgusting. These industries have lied to you. They've made compassionate people pay for the most violent thing happening on earth to the most beautiful, innocent, childlike beings. And for what? Money. They can make money any other way. They don't have to kill animals. They don't have to oppress animals. What you're looking at here, if you just joined the live stream, you're looking inside a slaughterhouse. You're witnessing the lairage where they are unloading those cows off. I can't see.
I can see.
The back's not down yet, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Is it down? The animals will be coming off any moment. I can't see too well on the live stream. If any vegans are in the room, please can you put a line of green hearts in the chat when the animals come off so I can see. Put a line of green hearts in the chat for the animals. These poor babies, what did they do wrong? They're born into a different body to yours. That's their only crime. That's their only crime. Is that really a crime? The worst criminals on earth are treated so much better than the most innocent animals. That says everything, doesn't it? These animals will be decapitated because you pay for their flesh, you pay for their milk, their eggs, their secretions, and you can choose today to defend animals. What are you going to do? Are you going to defend animals? or you're going to oppress animals. This is your chance today.
Here they come.
I saw the back coming down there. They're going to be coming off any moment now. They're going to be coming off the truck any moment now. It's their last moments on this earth. Like Steve, you often say, they may have thought that this was their liberation day. Maybe they had hope today, thinking maybe I'm going to be free from that terrible farm that they were on. And no, it gets worse. They get sent to a slaughterhouse, be killed, to be decapitated for what? Taste, pleasure and greed. Now, we're not here to judge you if you're not vegan. We're here to show you the truth. That's why we're doing this live stream. We're here as your friend, telling you that you just may not know something happens behind closed doors that you have never seen before, but you have been lied to. Humane, organic, free-range, local, it's a load of rubbish. It means nothing to the animals. Did you see them coming off?
I think they're off now, yeah.
It's so sad. It breaks our heart being here. Just ask yourself, why would we be here out of choice? We wouldn't. We're here because we need to be, because the animals need us to defend them from people right now who just don't know that they're even paying for this. Please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, like, share, comment and subscribe. I'm at a slaughterhouse right now. Behind me, they're killing cows from that beef industry. They are 18 months old. I'm just trying to defend babies. That's all we're trying to do. And it's as simple as you just stop paying for it. Okay, this is the biggest injustice that you can remove yourself from today. Today you can stop paying for it. Do you want to defend animals or do you want to oppress animals?
Where can people see what happens inside?
Yeah, so please go to the link in the description of this live stream at the very top hand side, the right hand corner of this live. Go and watch Dominion on YouTube. Go and see for yourself. It's the documentary that everybody wishes they saw sooner. Everyone wishes they saw sooner, okay? No one regrets watching it. It is a hard watch, but it's the truth. And if you can't watch it and you're paying for it, then that says everything that you should know, okay? Guys, please subscribe. Put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, like, share and comment. So many people don't even know this place exists, right? This is on an industrial estate. There's literally Quick Fit in front of us here. There's Audi next door. It absolutely stinks. It's horrific. Did you know that every single cow in the dairy industry is killed? Did you know that they have their babies taken away from them and killed as well?
The hatter thinks that they get an injection so they don't feel any pain and then they get decapitated, but it is a cruel thing to do. What about the injections?
Okay, yeah, so thank you so much for your comment. So many people actually think they get an injection because when you go to the vets with your companion animal who you love and it's the end of their life, there's nothing more you can do for them, they get euthanasia, they have an injection. Here, the animals in the animal farming industry never have an injection, okay? And like you said, rightfully, it would be wrong still if they want to live. They all get stabbed in the throat. The majority of the way that animals are killed here in the UK and across the world is gas chambers. Gas chambers, they burn from the inside out, okay, and then they get stabbed in the throat. Did you know that a lot of things happen even before the slaughterhouse? Let me tell you more in a second, but subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan, double tap the live stream, like, share, comment, please subscribe. Thank you so much for your questions. So in the farms, did you know in the pig industry, when a piglet isn't growing fast enough, because they kill them at 6 months old, by the way, if they're not growing fast enough, they pick them up by their back legs and they smash their head on the floor. That's called knocking. Okay, standard practice in these industries, horrific. We've investigated these farms. We actually took a non-vegan with us undercover at 2 a.m. to show him the reality of what these dear animals face. We saw farrowing crates for pigs, okay? The mother pigs, when they are pregnant, they get forced into farrowing crates, which is like the size of their body. They can't turn around and they're on concrete floor for around 4 to 6 weeks, giving birth to their babies. Their babies are eaten alive by rats. They witness their babies dying in front of their face. They can't do anything. Absolutely horrific. Their babies are taken away at 6 months old and sentenced to a gas chamber.
Yeah, well said. It's amazing the amount of people who keep saying go to halal slaughterhouses, they will take you seriously, go to a halal slaughterhouse. Why is it you're saying that? What do you know about halal slaughterhouses and what do you know about standard sun slaughterhouses? Because a lot of halal slaughterhouses are very, very, very similar, if not identical, to stun slaughter. They stun animals in halal slaughterhouses. They may say a prayer beforehand. If I say a prayer before I shot you, would it make it okay? We're here against all slaughter, no matter what the process, no matter how it's done. You could cuddle them to death, it would still be ethically wrong. These animals do not want to die. They're having a subjective experience of their life and they don't want to give that up to anybody. They want to live with the same desire as you and I. They want to be with their families, they want to be with their friends. They do not want to be forced into existence, commodified, exploited, and then sent to any slaughterhouse, gas chambers, stun slaughterhouses, halal slaughterhouses, whatever it may be, kosher slaughterhouses. No animal wants to die, and we should never be exploiting them and executing them for optional products. There's no necessity, and because there's no necessity, there's no justification. Subscribe for one in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe for two in the chat. If you're not vegan, be open-minded to these conversations. Subscribe and put three in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, like, share, and subscribe. Here come more victims of non-vegans.
It's gonna stand on this side.
More victims of non-vegans. Okay. This is absolutely horrific. These poor individuals want to live. Just notice this truck, they put the bottom slats up. The reason why the bottom slats up is because they don't want the consumers seeing the truth. They try and hide. The driver most likely stopped, put the slats up, and then carried on his journey to the slaughterhouse. How do you feel dropping these animals off to die? How do you sleep at night? Sorry, I'm so sorry. How do these people sleep at night taking babies to be executed?
And we told that guy last time about the breaches here, didn't we?
Yeah.
That guy knows about the breaches here, doesn't care, still bringing animals here.
Of course. It's no surprise that no one cares. It's no surprise because they know. Anyone in the industry knows that the industry is immoral. They know that the industry is unethical. Let me see what animals are in there. Let me see what we got on the
Yeah, guys, so whilst he's
Osmo.
looking at the camera, there could potentially be cows from the dairy industry or the beef industry. This particular slaughterhouse, they kill cows from the dairy industry and the beef industry. Showing the camera.
Can you see?
Oh, bless them. Oh, they go into a slaughterhouse right now. Look how crammed they are in that truck. They can't see out, they're stuck in a box. Potentially have been up in that truck for around 8 hours. No food, no water. And now go into a slaughterhouse because people want to eat their bodies.
I can't see who they are.
Their milk. It looks. Oh, I think there's beef and dairy cows in there.
Both beef and dairy cows, yeah. Okay, guys, subscribe for one in the chat if you're vegan. I'm going to explain this to you right now. But while I'm explaining it, subscribe for one in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe for two in the chat if you're not vegan, be open-minded to these conversations. Subscribe for three in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes over 50 as fast as possible. Animals are now starting to flow in. They can't hold the trucks up anymore. They're now starting to show you the truth. You're now starting to see the reality. When I say who are they, and Mel said cows from the beef industry and cows from the dairy industry. They're two standalone industries. Cows are not just cows. Cows have been genetically modified in the dairy industry to produce so much milk because that is the commodity or the product that they're exploited for. They don't produce enough flesh to be part of the meat industry. Meat industry cows are a different breed of cows and they've been genetically modified to grow abnormal amount of body tissue because obviously they're exploited for their flesh. When vegetarians say that I'm vegetarian for ethical reasons, this is why it's important for vegetarians to see dairy cows going into slaughterhouses, because if you're vegetarian, you are still causing animal exploitation and murder because you are sending dairy cows to the slaughterhouse. Now, what a lot of them are starting to do in the dairy industry is they use sex semen, so that they use semen from, for example, an Angus bull, so that the dairy cow is still pregnant, she still produces milk because they steal her baby from her, and then the calves born, if they're born male, they get sent off into the beef industry, into the meat industry. Every animal in the meat industry and the dairy industry has forceful impregnation, kidnap, and murder attached to it. There's no right way to do the wrong thing. The industry would never lead its marketing cases like this. Imagine if the industry led the dairy industry by saying, by the way, we steal babies from mums so that the breast milk can be put in your teas and coffees and cheese and chocolate and milk and all the other stuff. Can you imagine how many people would willingly skip to the supermarket and buy the breast milk of a mother who had their baby kidnapped? Of course they wouldn't. Why do so many adults believe that cows eat grass and produce milk and that we just maybe take a little bit of the excess milk? Nonsense. This industry lies. This industry is evil, it's violent, it's exploitative. It needs to be shut down. Subscribe and one in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe and two in the chat. If you're not vegan, be open-minded to these conversations. Subscribe and three in the chat. If you're anti-vegan, double tap the live stream. Please like this live stream. How many likes are on there now?
We've got 40 likes right now.
Right, we need 10 more likes before 11 o'clock because more animals are coming. Let's get this room live. Let's get the animals seen. We're here today not to clash with non-vegans. We're here to come alongside you and tell you the truth and show you the reality. Think of us like what Mel says, we're friends telling you the truth, and then you can have an educated decision.
What's just happened? Who's in the truck? What's going on?
2 trailers just come past us with a mixture of cows from the meat industry and the dairy industry. 2 separate standalone industries that exploit cows, one for their breast milk, one for their body parts. The industry have worked so hard to try and keep the secrecy. They've got this guy pushing and pulling the gate so that it's not on the automated system that takes a little bit more time, and they're rushing the animals in and rushing them into the lairage, which is the waiting room before animals go in to be executed. Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan. Be open-minded to the conversation. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please go into the link in the description. Go and watch the top documentary in there. It's the Linktree link, and then at the top it's called Dominion. Underneath that is another documentary by our friend Joey Carlstrong and his team. Go and watch that. It's called Pignorant. Go and see the realities for yourself. We're here today to talk to non-vegans, so please put your genuine questions in the chat. Oh, it smells so bad.
Yeah, sorry, there's so many just like trolly comments right now.
It's amazing that such a message of kindness is met with such hate, such violence. We're here today saying let's be kind to cows. Did you know that 20% of dairy cows go inside a slaughterhouse pregnant? They have their babies cut out of their stomachs and they're left to just die on the floor, on the kill floor. Sometimes if they're small enough, I've heard first-person reports that these dairy calves have their heads smashed on the concrete to kill them, or they're left to suffocate. You got a question?
There's just a lot
Just
of like
shouldering
plants
comments.
feel pain. People are asking, is your protein shake vegan? People are shocked that you can be big as a vegan. They
But
think
you can get vegan protein shakes. You can get vegan protein. All protein comes from plants. All of these questions are how vegan, how vegan, how do I get protein, how do I do this, how do I get calories? I want us all today to focus on the why first. Why should you be vegan? The reason why you should be vegan is because if you're not vegan, animals are going inside here to die because of you. And it's as simple as that. This is a slaughterhouse. People are shocked. People don't know the truth. People are stopping and filming and seeing what's going on.
Here we go, we've got an animal farmer. I'm a farmer. That's not true at all.
That's all animal farmers ever say, but they never actually say what we've said that's not true.
Yeah.
Animal farmers, by the way, just have another little crack in the trust of the industry here. All these hard-working farmers who say, we're up at 4 in the morning, we work 16 to 18 hours a day. Why are you all on YouTube trying to keep the indoctrination and conditioning to the public? Why can you all spend so much time in vegan chats, on vegan posts, trying to hold on to that little bit of indoctrination that people may still be hanging on to? Animal farmers, in my opinion, should be sent to prison for the crimes that they've committed to animals. Animal farmers know what's going on. They know the crimes that they commit. They know the unethical and immoral actions that they take place in. They know the exploitation that they put onto vulnerable animals, and they know the lies that they tell to the public to keep you consuming and profiting their back pockets. Animal farmers, you need to take a good hard look in the mirror. You need to contact Viva Refarms, and you need to change your farm and step away from being someone who exploits animals for profit. Simple. Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan. Be open-minded to the conversation, and we appreciate you being here. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream. How many likes now?
We've got 49.
Right, we need another 1, and then we've made our target before 11 o'clock. You got questions?
Yeah, well, we've got Insignia who put, you're saying this industry needs to be shut down
Yes.
when we need to eat meat. I think you're
No.
being quite extreme.
No. Okay. First of all, thank you for being here. Second of all, thank you for taking the time to put a comment and a question in there. Okay, you don't need to. There's nothing from animals that we need. We don't need to eat their body, their secretions. We don't need to wear their skin. We don't need to test on them. We don't need to bet on them. We don't need to be entertained by them. We don't need anything from animals. In fact, the only thing we need from animals is their forgiveness, and that still would never be enough. So when you say that we need to eat meat, you're saying that we need nutrients. We need to get amino acids and proteins and calcium. All of that can come from plant-based sources, so we don't need to. This industry does need to be shut down. This industry, like you've just painted it as something that is necessary, something that we need. This is a business, and they've marketed their business to you to make you believe that you need it. What's the best way to market a business? Make your consumers feel like you are so important in their lives that you need to be there. You got more questions?
Yeah, we've got the Pixie Lord, I'm vegetarian but not vegan.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to put your comments. Vegetarians still send animals to slaughterhouses. It's a bold statement. Let me explain it after you put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream. The dairy industry is a standalone industry. Dairy mothers have pregnancies forced on them. They carry their baby for 9 months, and their babies are kidnapped from them the day they're born. If their babies are born male, they're executed within a couple of days to maybe 6 months. If they're female, they go into an isolation hutch. They'll never see their mum again in the dairy industry. When they're sexually mature enough, they'll be forced into the back of a dairy herd, and then they'll have pregnancy forced upon them too. The breast milk that was intended for any of the babies, the males or the females, will be stolen. They'll be intensively milked time and time and time again. They won't wait for the milk to stop flowing until they impregnate her again. When she gets too tired, they shackle her legs to prevent her from collapsing and dropping down inside the farm. This happens, and this is known as a down dairy cow. When they can no longer produce enough milk in the industry, they're known as a commodity, a non-profitable commodity, and they're sent to slaughterhouses to be executed. That's the dairy industry. That's why vegetarians send animals to slaughterhouses.
Last time he went in really fast.
Oh my God, look at the size of this. These are victims of non-vegans on here. In my opinion, this is nothing more than a slave truck. I'm so sorry, darlings. We're here. We're here.
Whoa, whoa,
I'll never stop fighting. I'll never, ever stop fighting for you. We'll let the world know what happened. We'll let the world know what happened. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How do you work here, mate? Leave. Leave. You can leave. Don't be part of this violence. Don't be part of this violence. Leave. Go and do something good. Don't prop up the industry. Don't be part of it. You can do better than this. You can do better than this. There's no necessity for this. I want to ask this guy about the FSA breaches.
Yeah.
Let's see if this guy speaks to us about the FSA breaches. I bet he doesn't. What's your thoughts on the FSA breaches here? The FSA report done by Animal Aid. What do you think of it? Don't want to know nothing about it.
Cowards.
Silence, silence, silence. Run, run, run. No animal farmer or no haulage trailer ever stops to talk. No one ever gets out to try and debunk what we're saying. No one ever comes to tell us what's going on. The industry is absolutely secretive and hides everything from the consumers. This is an evil industry, in my opinion. It needs to be shut down. And the whole time the world is asleep to this injustice, animals are paying the ultimate price with their lives. Please, if you're someone with compassion, if you're someone with a heart, then I'm appealing to that kindness nature in you right now. Go vegan. Because if you're not vegan, the animals that are going inside this place are going in there because you've demanded them to go in there. If you want to see what happens to them, go into the top 3 dots in the top right-hand corner of this live stream and go into the top description link and watch Dominion and go and see inside the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, it's the documentary that everyone wishes that they saw sooner. It is a hard thing to watch, but it is the reality of what the animals are facing. If you think it's hard to watch, imagine being the animals in that place going through that. They will experience a knife across their throat today, okay? Please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan, double tap the live stream, like, share and comment. Today we're doing a surprise project live stream because another child's coming out. Another child's coming out.
Oh my God.
What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? We spoke to you last week about the FSA breaches and you don't care. Where's your compassion? Where's your empathy? You know what happens and you're doing nothing about it. Shameful. You know what they're doing in there. Disgusting. Shameful. Just so you guys know, we will never speak to you guys on the live stream the same way we speak to those people. They know what's going on. They drop animals here, they listen to their cries, they've seen horrific things and they don't care. There's FSA breaches here that we told them about last time. They're supposed to care about animal welfare, right? Don't give a crap. Now, we're not here for welfare, we're here to abolish this. But when you put to them, there's breaches here, no response. We're now just going to show you the animals who are inside right now in that truck.
This is heartbreaking.
Oh, they're like just big puppies. Oh my gosh, looking straight at the camera. They're on that blue truck reversing in to this evil place right now. In a minute, we're going to show you the unloading of these poor innocent individuals. You'll see them walk their last walk into a slaughterhouse because you are not vegan yet. You can be vegan today and stop paying for this personally. You could be the person who will eat this individual. You might be the person who has eaten their baby, their mother, their family. They want to live just like you and I. What did they do so wrong? What's their crime? Oh my gosh, look at them. Like watching prisoners of war. Because they are. Oh, it breaks my heart. My heart hurts so much for them. Right, guys, we're going to show you the unloading now. Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah, sure.
There you go, I'll switch.
All right, I've got the slow-mo, yeah, cool. Okay, guys, them animals, they're in that blue truck right now. Mel's going to put the camera up. We're going to show you as they walk off that truck for the last time. This is the last walk they're ever going to make. This is it for them. This is where their life gets taken. Today, when they woke up, whatever farm they were on decided that now they're worth more dead than they are alive. That they'll be commodified, they'll be turned into a product, nothing more than a profit margin. Not considered, not morally considered, not even thought of. What you're witnessing right now is a layerage. On the left-hand side, you can see the back of the trailer coming down. This layerage is a really big waiting room for the animals. They go inside there and they stand there amongst strangers with weapons, with strange smells, strange environment. A lot of them are absolutely petrified, but you see them in there, they're standing there shaking in absolute fear. It's a strange world. Could you imagine? What they might be feeling is, today might be my liberation day. Today I could be collected from this horrific farm and I could be being taken to a sanctuary. This could be it, I could have made it. But you know what? Today is not the day for that. Today's the day. This is a slaughterhouse, don't go inside there. Do you work in there? You do, what about the FSA breaches? What's your opinion on the FSA breaches? No opinion? Silence? Why has no one ever come out and talked to us? Why is the industry silent? Do you know about the FSA breaches? Do you know about them? What's your thoughts on them? What's your thoughts on the investigation done here? Animal Waste report on the FSA? No comments? Why does no one ever comment? Why do you never make any statements? Why does a manager never come out and try and defend this? Does everyone just stay silent because you know that by staying silent, you can't hang yourself any more than what we can already? We're exposing everything that happens here. This industry is falling apart because the public is seeing the reality and the truth. When good people see what happens, this can't happen in the darkness anymore. It can't happen. We're showing the world what happens to animals inside these evil places and they're stopping funding it. That farmer may laugh. Look at him walking away there, dropping them animals off, laughing away. We'll have the last laugh when these industries are absolutely dismantled and you will be known as someone in history that propped up this evil. You have an opportunity to leave. Why be on the wrong side of history? Why be on the side of history that exploited animals? You're just a security guard. You can go and use that SIA badge at a nightclub, at Tesco's, anywhere else. Every cog in the machine here is vital. If you didn't turn up to work, if none of the security team turned up, they couldn't operate. They wouldn't cover their insurance policies, I would imagine. So you're just as part of this as anyone in there with a knife. Change what you're doing. I urge you to change what you're doing. You don't need to be part of it. Go and watch Dominion on YouTube. Go and watch Pigment on YouTube. Go inside there. They won't even let you on the kill floor. But go and watch Dominion and see what happens to them animals. If it doesn't break your heart, then I'd seek medical attention. Because anyone with a heart, anyone with compassion, when they see what happens to animals, they change. It's as simple as that.
They've just put
silence
the back
from the industry, as always. Absolute silence.
They've put the back bit down now, so they're going to be coming up any minute. Let me just zoom in. Guys, it might be shaky for a second, but I'll make sure it's...
Yeah, that's a great shot you got there. Amazing, amazing. Guys, subscribe, put one in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put two in the chat if you're not vegan. Be open-minded to the conversation. Subscribe, put three in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is a slaughterhouse. You're witnessing this live. Animals are being taken inside here to die. They look like animals from the beef industry. The beef industry is a different industry to the dairy industry. If you go and watch Dominion in the link tree, you'll see the difference between the beef industry and the dairy industry. You'll understand how there's two different breeds of cows. One's exploited for their body parts, one's exploited for their secretions. Both industries are absolutely violent. Both industries are unnecessary. Both industries are horrifically exploitative. If you don't want to be part of any industry that's violent towards animals, then veganism is the baseline.
What would you say to anyone that's saying that this is horrific what you're doing to the workers?
This is horrific what you feel offended, the fact that we're holding workers accountable and asking questions. All we're doing is highlighting the industry. We're showing you the industry live. I was talking to the security guard, asking him if he's seen the kill floor. I was asking him if he can watch Dominion. I telling him to not be part of this. I told him to go and use his SIA license somewhere else. If you think that I'm being horrific doing that, then what do you think about what they're doing to the animals? Why do you not morally consider the animals? What do you think about what's happening to the animals? Why do we always put human rights above animal rights? Why do the animals always come last? You're having a go at us for holding them accountable, and you've completely missed the fact that innocent animals have turned up here today who are going to be stabbed to death, they're going to be murdered. Yeah. Focus on the real victims here, the animals who are having their lives taken. This isn't just a matter of difference of opinion. Their lives are going to be taken. Everything from them will be gone.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone has a dog or cat, if someone killed your dog or cat, you would go mental.
Absolutely. I saw a horrific meme the other day, and it stuck with me. There was a slaughterman worker stood there with a knife and an animal, and the slaughterhouse worker says to the animal, "Don't worry, I'll make it quick." And the animal says, "Yeah, quick for you, forever for me." And that really stuck with me. For the animals here today, this is forever. Everything gone, their existence gone, their friends gone, their family gone, everything gone. And you realize what for? And you realize it's for a fucking sandwich, for a fucking chocolate bar, for a fucking block of cheese. Are we that fucking disconnected from animals that we think that this is acceptable and it is okay? Does anybody listening to this think that a block of cheese is worth more than her life, than his life? Are we that fucking deluded that we believe that our taste pleasure, cultural pressure, social pressure, religion, and all the other fucking nonsense is more important than their life? Absolutely not. And for 1 second, if any of you that says yes, I want you to swap places with the animals, and I want to see you jumping up and down, screaming and begging for mercy, because the cries of mercy that come out of that slaughterhouse are real. Yeah. And for that individual, it's real. And for that individual, everything's being taken. And then you mock them and you laugh at them and you go to the supermarket and you buy their body parts. It's disgusting. Wake up, go and watch Dominion.
There's a few people saying that, I'm sorry to ask this, but I didn't know cows are killed for cow's milk. What you meaning?
Never apologise for asking a serious question in this live stream chat. I want you to watch the animals coming off this trailer as I answer that question, and I appreciate you asking. In the dairy industry, cows are specifically bred for their breast milk. They're a standalone industry. They're a different genetic makeup to a cow that's exploited for their body parts. She has a pregnancy forced on her to make her pregnant, because cows are mammals that only produce milk when they're pregnant. When she gives birth, whether they're male or female, they're removed and kidnapped from her so her milk can be stolen and sold as a product. Males are born in the dairy industry are classed as a waste product. They don't produce milk. They're often killed within a couple of days to maybe 6 months for veal. Females still will be separated from their mum and go into isolation hutches. When they're sexually mature, they'll be put onto the back of the dairy line. And if they're not needed, they'll be killed for cheap meat too. That is the dairy industry in itself. If you're a vegetarian and you go and buy cheese and cow's milk, this is the industry that you're funding. All of these industries are supply and demand industries. This is why they're consumer driven. They can be consumer affected. We don't need to wait for political change to make a difference. We don't need to wait for systemic change to make a difference. You can make a difference with your spending habits starting right this second. You go vegan right now and you never, ever, ever pay a penny in towards any industry that exploit animals ever again. And the more people that stand up and go vegan, the less money this industry makes. And this is just an industry. This is just a business. And when businesses don't make money, they crumble, they go out of profit, and they collapse. And this is what needs to happen. This business profits off the back of exploiting animals. If you're someone who loves animals, if you're someone who can identify an injustice, then remove your personal accountability and go vegan. Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you've done that already and you're already vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream. Please like, share and subscribe. Double tap the stream to like it. The likes bring more people in to get more animals to be seen. Please go into the top 3 dots in the top right-hand corner, click on the description, go into the Linktree link and watch Dominion on YouTube. That documentary will show you the realities and the truths inside the facility. But look at the secrecy that's gone to. Look at the spiked fences, the CCTV, the man-made running of the gate, all of this secrecy to keep you, the consumer, from seeing the truth. They don't even want you seeing the animals. The minute you see the animals, you connect.
They're taking ages to unload them today.
I literally was about to say, they're taking ages in there because the possibility, like what I was talking about earlier, may have happened. I'm not saying this has happened, this may have happened. When dairy cows are taken to slaughterhouses, dairy cows are exploited to an inch of their life. They are absolutely exhausted by the time they come to a slaughterhouse. And by the way, at an average age of 3 to 5, and 20% of them will be pregnant. They're exhausted, they're tired, they've been literally milked within an inch of their life. They go down in the industry and they're known as a downed dairy cow. When they come to a slaughterhouse, sometimes they no longer even have the strength to stand up, to walk to the kill floor, to be murdered. How brutal is that? How heartbreaking is that? And that's the reality that they face. So potentially, they could be killing cows on that truck right now. Security's back on his phone. 1 or 2 reasons that he'll be on his phone. He's either telling the next truck to hold and wait, and the activists are still here, or he's telling them to stop and put the slats up because activists are here. They're never just on their phone because they're on their phone speaking to someone. The industry work diligently to try and hide the truth and the reality from the consumer. They play games. They hold trucks off. They tell them when the activists have gone. If we packed up, walked down the road, had a cup of tea and come back, within that time, people like this guy would have made the phone calls and brought the trucks in, and then you get a second wave of animals. Now ask yourself why. Why is this industry that apparently prides itself on transparency so secret? Why are the FSA breaches here never publicly known? Why did the public not get told the reports? What I mean by this, by the way, we're not here for any welfare position, and let me explain to you what the FSA report did here in a second. But first of all, subscribe at 1 in the chat if you're vegan, subscribe at 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, be open-minded to the conversation, subscribe at 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan, and double tap the live stream.
They're taking
now,
long.
Back in 2025, Animal Aid done a report, June 2025 I believe it was, the FSA came here and they done a report. It was absolutely horrific. There was major non-compliances and minor non-compliances. Now last month, from the beginning of August actually, Alex.activism from animalaid.org.uk done a second report back on the FSA findings. The FSA came back and guess what? ABP here got worse. There was now, I believe it was 9 major non-compliances, 8 or 9 major non-compliances, and I think there was 18 minor non-compliances. And check this out, improper handling of animals, improper restraints on the kill floor, CCTV not working, lack of certificates of competency. Certificate of competency is what you need to kill animals, and they have a lack of them in there. And the FSA have found this all out. Why don't the public know? And why is this place still in operation? We're not here for welfare. We're here for rights. But this should put a crack in your trust in the FSA. This should put a crack in your trust for the industry. The industry is a load of bullshit. It fucking lies to you. The RSPCA assured scheme is a fucking lie. Humane slaughter is a fucking lie. The red tractor certification, fucking bullshit. It's all there for the consumer to never critically think about the animals. And the whole time you see this humane washing shit on them, you never question it again. What's your opinion on the FSA breaches done here? Animal Aid done a report. Hey, you hard hat guy, where do you work? Where do you work? Can I speak to someone about these FSA breaches as a concerned member of the public? As a concerned member of the public, I want to know what's happening in this facility. I've seen the FSA report and I want to know more. Now, silence. No one ever comes. No one ever comes to speak. They'll never come out and tell you the truth, because if they did, they would be executing themselves. Subscribe at 1 in the chat if you're vegan, subscribe at 2 in the chat. If you're not vegan, be open-minded to these conversations, subscribe and put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Here they come. The animals are coming off.
Let me just zoom in, guys. It might be wobbly because I'm really zoomed in, but I'm going to try and hold it as still as
possible.
possible.
This is their last moments. The animals you're witnessing coming off here will be killed by the time you go to bed tonight. Remember that. Everything taken from them. Quick for the slaughtermen, forever for the animals. Remember that.
Yeah.
We take everything from animals. We take their names, we take their identities, we take their babies, we take their bodily autonomy, we control them. In my opinion, it's a slave industry. How's it different? Putting them in chains, confining them, dictating when they stand, when they sit, when they lay down, when they sleep, when they move, when they're milked, when they're pregnant. We take everything from these animals, and then they're mocked in the industry. The industry laugh at them and joke at them, and they profit off them. It's absolutely horrific.
Coming off now. Please, vegans, put green hearts in the comment sections for the animals to push the algorithm so more people see these poor animals, individuals walking their last walk.
These poor innocent animals. This is absolutely horrific. Absolutely horrific. There's no justification. There's no necessity for this, so there's no justification for this. This doesn't need to happen. This is a business, and the business relies on the public never questioning, the public never knowing the truth, the public never seeing behind this gate. They don't want you to see this behind this gate. This is why there's spiked fences and all that netting up. They don't want the public to see. They don't want anyone knowing what's happening. This is taking ages. What are they doing in there?
Weird.
There could be some suspicious activity.
Huh? I saw loads more on the rest of the truck.
Yeah.
As they went in.
Yeah, there's about 60 on there. There's about 60 on there.
Oh, they... Yeah, they have sections so they open and shut.
Your arm's okay? We're holding that camera. Do you want to swap?
Yeah, it might be better if you swap quick.
Go.
Okay, guys, just gonna talk while Steve is holding the camera up. So what you're seeing here, anyone who's just joined the live stream, you're seeing a truck full of animals going into a slaughterhouse. This is a slaughterhouse. There'll be cows from the dairy industry on this truck, and the beef industry is who I think I saw on this truck through our camera footage. We have got the camera up over the fence, looking directly into the lairage where you can see the animals who'll be unloaded off right now. This is their last moments. You are the last people who will ever see these animals. No one was ever meant to see these animals. They were trying to hide them from you. Truck, another truck, another truck.
More? Are you
Careful,
kidding?
guys. Mind your back. Another truck. So animals are being unloaded off, and there's another truck coming in now.
Oh my gosh.
Shameful.
Oh, you blind.
Whoa.
In the middle, in the middle,
I'm
in the
sorry,
middle.
babies. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, baby. Oh my God.
How could you? How could you? It's like 4 trucks in the last, like what, half an hour, hour or so? Full of animals, full of individuals who want to live just like you and me whilst you're watching inside the slaughterhouse. I'm just going to look at who was in that truck, who just went in there. It's horrific. It's a conveyor belt of killing. The killing never stops. This is one slaughterhouse. There is so many around the world. There's dairy cows on that truck. Dairy cows on that truck.
Tiny.
Oh my gosh, Steve, they're coming off.
They're tiny.
They're little beef cows. They look around 18 months old and potentially younger.
God.
It's a really good shot. Oh, it's so sad. You see those marks? Like there's marks on the back of them, like yeah, red spray is like they're off to slaughter. Okay, they spray them. So when you see animals who have been sprayed in the fields, red usually means they're going to slaughter. Absolutely horrific. You're witnessing inside a slaughterhouse right now. You're seeing the animals come off the trucks for the very last time, walking that green mile, walking that death row walk. For what? They're not criminals. They didn't do anything wrong. They were just born into a body different to you. We don't have choice over what body we're born into. We're born into it. Oh, they're all coming off here. Oh, bless them.
Look at them.
Oh,
Look at them. Just marked for death.
oh my gosh. Yeah, the mark of death. It's so sad. They're like big puppies. They rely on us for protection. Hesitant to come off the truck because they're scared. Cows can smell up to 5 miles away. They know. They can smell blood. What is that one? Just look, prisoners of war, in my opinion. Prisoners of war. Oh, how could anybody do this to them? How could anyone do this to them? Like, people will actually stab these gentle, kind, innocent individuals in the throat today. Their heads will be decapitated and their blood will be spilt on the floor of this slaughterhouse. For what? For what? What did they do? Nothing. What did they do? Absolutely nothing. You had no choice over what body you were born into, neither did they. What if you were born into the body of a cow, a pig, a chicken, a turkey, a sheep, a beagle? What about if that was you and you had oppression put on you? With our freedom, we should have the responsibility to protect, not oppress. We should never oppress. Those sweet individuals, what the hell have they done? Guys, this is your opportunity today. You'll never see these industries. You'll never see this anywhere else. It takes people who have seen the truth to show the truth, okay? So please, oh, mind your back. Look, this is what all the guts or the heads or the body parts that you don't want to see will be inside this truck. Whoa. All the bits you don't want to see that helps you connect to the animal will go in that truck. The blood, the guts, the heads, the limbs. Absolutely vile, disgusting.
Is that the truck that gets all the stuff tipped into it?
Yeah, a lot of the body parts, yeah. Guys, please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're if you're anti-vegan, double tap the live stream, like, share, comment, and please subscribe. We are not here to hate on you guys. I want to thank you so much for being in this live stream with us today. I know it's heartbreaking, it hurts my heart so much. I wish that I could save them. I wish that I could go in and get them out and take them to sanctuary, but the truth is there is 2 trillion animals every year forced into existence for this industry alone. Now this is not We're not talking about a diet. Veganism is an ethical stance against the use and exploitation of animals. It just relates to your diet because the animals are being used in the food system for their secretions, milk, eggs, fish, leather, wool, all because what we exist. How disgusting are we as a human race to see someone else who's innocent and gentle and then oppress them? That is vile. That's the dark, evil psychopaths of the world who are doing this. And you know what they've done? They've then told you lies. Like I always say, the industry is here with the lies. They then have the marketing of lies here, and then you here. The unknowing member of the public, please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan, double tap the live stream, like, share and comment.
Such a shame, like we usually get really good comments.
Yeah.
We had no intelligent comments, no intelligent questions. Animals are on that blue truck going inside there to die. Surely there's someone who's got an educated question to ask.
Yeah, it's absolutely it's crazy. Like I said, when the animals are crying and begging for their life, why is it that people feel that they can laugh and mock the animals, put meat emojis in there? Why is it that they feel like they have the audacity to do that? If you see an injustice, you stop, you live vegan, and then you defend the animals with everything you have. This is a slaughterhouse. We are here today to defend the vulnerable. That's all we're trying to do, defend the vulnerable. And by you being vegan, you stop partaking in that violence. It's all supply and demand. These animals are in here today only because this industry wants your money and you are paying their wage. When you pay for animal products, meat, eggs, dairy, fish, leather, wool, animal testing, they oppress animals on your behalf. Without your money, they collapse. That's why it's the biggest injustice in the world that you can stop this instant. Like today, make a promise to the animals today to stop being their oppressor. I loved animals all my life and I didn't even realise that I was being their oppressor.
Holla Luffy, thank you for your comment. Hey, I've got a question. Why should I be vegan?
Thank you so much for your comment. You should be vegan because the animals need you to be. Because if you were in their position, you wouldn't want your children kidnapped from you. You wouldn't want your reproductive system exploited. You wouldn't want to be seen as a commodity or a slave and then ultimately murdered. So we shouldn't be doing that to somebody else. Please watch Dominion on YouTube. The link in our description is a documentary of what actually happened. Standard practice. Everything we're telling you today is not my opinion, it's literally standard practice.
They're talking over there, the security people are talking.
What are they doing?
Something's happening behind there. Police just gone down there with sirens. One of the police going to come here.
Yeah, I don't know, potentially. But guys, we're here to on public land to film the animals, go into slaughter to show you, to shine a light on the industries that are hidden from you. They tell you things like humane, organic, free range. Why do you think they do that? Because they want your money. Because if you saw all the animals being decapitated, forced inside gas chambers, macerated alive, like male chicks in the egg industry, blended up alive, little baby chicks, they're 42 days old, have been selectively bred to grow really large in a short space of time.
That truck's moving now. Where's it going to go now and why does it go there?
Okay, yeah, so guys, please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan, double tap the live stream, like, share and comment. This truck just unloaded so many cows into the slaughterhouse. They have now driven forward to then back up. You'll see them back up into a wash area. Basically, when animals are so afraid and humans are so afraid, we go into fight and flight. Our autonomic nervous system kicks in and we wee and poo everywhere so that we're lighter to evade danger faster. Cows can smell up to 5 miles away. They know what's going on in there. They can smell the blood, they can smell the guts, they have ears, they can hear the cries of the other animals. So they then have to wash this truck down, which be full of feces and poo and wee. It's absolutely terrible. Please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan, double tap the live stream, like, share and comment.
What made you vegan?
Yeah, thanks. So for 26 years, I used to pay for animals to go in these places. I had no idea. I come across a video by the amazing activist Joey Carbstrong. He basically had a video where he said, I'm debating the dairy industry. And I remember thinking, like, why? Why would you debate the dairy industry? Like, cows just eat grass and produce milk. No, none of them die, right? I had no idea that cows only produce milk because they are mothers. They have to be made pregnant, forcibly impregnated, which I'll explain more later on, have their baby's taken away, their males are killed, they then have their breast milk stolen from them, and when they can no longer produce milk or or babies anymore. They're sent to a slaughterhouse around 3 to 4 years old. They should live 27 years old. And I saw inside a slaughterhouse and I saw a mother cow from the dairy industry being killed. That's it, I was vegan.
Footy G1, but I'm number 2, but are you sure plants don't also feel pain?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's simple as it's
Why
just
don't they
facts.
feel pain?
Yeah, they don't have a brain or central nervous system. So animals, humans are animals. So, sorry,
Loads
guys,
of police going down that way.
weird. I keep looking this way because that's where the trucks will be coming from. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're all going
Yeah,
down
that's
there.
where the trucks be coming from. I sometimes stop mid-sentence because I'm flipping heartbroken. Like, I've just witnessed the animals going inside a slaughterhouse be killed and I can't save them. We're too late for them. This is why you need to be vegan right this second. This isn't a think about it issue. This is urgent. Stop paying for it. And if you need to learn more, you need to understand the industries, then learn whilst you don't put animals inside slaughterhouses, horse racing, greyhound racing, or any experimentations. Please subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. Subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream, like, share and comment. I'm at a slaughterhouse. They are killing cows from the dairy industry and the beef industry here. Let me just switch in with Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just give you a little bit of a thing here.
Okay.
Cool. Guys, just want to go back to saying that we're here today not to cause alarm, harassment, distress, or any form of intimidation. We're here not to clash with non-vegans, but to come alongside you and show you the industries that have lied to you. They've made good people pay for some of the most horrific violence, and then they try and cover up that lies. Sorry, they cover up the transparency with lies. They tell you things like humane slaughter. They tell you things like ethical farming. They tell you that small, local British farming is the backbone of Britain and the highest of standards. When they talk about small, local, organic, free-range farming, just because you put all them lovely words in front of it, doesn't take away from the fact that it's forceful impregnation, kidnap, commodification, exploitation and murder. It doesn't matter if it's done on a small scale or a big factory farm scale. The injustice to the individual is just the same. Go to the link in the description and watch Dominion and see what happens on the other side of this gate. The gate that we're still outside of right now is a slaughterhouse gate. This is an ABP slaughterhouse where they execute and murder cows.
We're having a few people saying, I bet you've never stepped on a farm in your life.
Yeah, go to our main channel, Ismail and Steve, it's the purple logo. We investigate farms, I've investigated pig farms, I've investigated chicken farms, I've investigated dairy farms, I've investigated all sorts of farms. Go and see our
Investigations.
No. Go and see our investigations down on that channel there and see what we've been and seen. We're not here for welfare, right? We're here for rights. This is why we're at a slaughterhouse. We're here today to show you the injustice that happens here. I don't care if a farm looks absolutely amazing on the outside. I don't care if the farmer tucks the animals into bed, gives them belly rubs, paints their nails, combs their hair and plays them a guitar. I don't care what the farmer does on the farms. What I care about is the rights violation of the individuals. They should never have been forced into existence. They should never have babies taken away from them. They should never have their bodily autonomy taken away. They should be left to live their own life, and we should stop breeding animals into existence to exploit them.
We've got someone asking what country we're in, and someone else called TN something put support farms by British beef and pork.
Yeah,
Ugh.
okay, so we're in the UK right now, and that's probably someone from the farming industry. And again,
Yeah.
British beef and pork. By the way, they're saying cows and pigs, but we use these euphemisms like beef and pork to disconnect people from the animals even further, right? Doesn't matter where you buy animals from, doesn't matter where animals are executed, doesn't matter where they're murdered, doesn't matter where they're exploited, whether they're exploited on local farms or big factory farms. The individual is where we should be focused on, the exploitation and the violence put upon them. Look at it from the individual's perspective. This is why it doesn't matter, we're not here for welfare, we're here for rights. Subscribe, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, subscribe, put 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, be open-minded, subscribe, put 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan, double tap the live. Let's get 150 likes in here before the next drop.
People still trying to indoctrinate themselves. We got Hollow Luffy, but it's different in Australia. In fact, where's Dominion filmed?
Yeah, Dominion was filmed in Australia. By the way, this is worldwide standard practice, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's Australia, America, UK, Europe, it's worldwide standard practice, okay? There is no right way to do the wrong thing. If an animal is having their bodily autonomy and their life taken, it's wrong. If an animal is being enslaved, it's wrong. If an animal is being forced to do something, it's wrong. If an animal is being tested on, it's wrong. If animals are having their fur or their skin ripped off their bodies so people can make jackets and clothes and shoes, it's wrong. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, there is no humane way to exploit and kill animals. Subscribe, put one in the chat if you're vegan, subscribe, put two in the chat if you're not vegan, be open-minded to why we are here today. By the way, if you're a number 2, if you're not vegan but you are here listening, we really appreciate you being here. And number 3, subscribe but free if you're anti-vegan. If when we say let's be kind to sheep or little baby lambs, it triggers you. 1, 2 or 3 in the chat, guys. Double tap the screen.
I just have to monitor this chat for a second. Anyone who's spamming, I'll have to time you out because it's unfair on everybody else.
Yeah.
Everybody else, please keep asking questions.
Sensible questions.
Yeah, we
like
will
Mel
get round
always
to
says, we're your friends here to give you the information that the industry don't want you to know. Anything that we're telling you right now, they do not want you to know. They want you to keep believing the lies so that animals keep dying inside slaughterhouses. You can be vegan and not be responsible for animals dying. It's as simple as that. What is stopping you?
Someone said, what about the food chain?
What about the food chain? It doesn't matter. The food chain is completely irrelevant. You can let's steel man the ideology food chain that I believe you're talking about. Humans at the top, which we're not, and then all the animals underneath us, and then plants. If humans can survive on causing the least amount by eating the plants, then there you go. It's the most moral and ethical position to be.
What are we doing here today? What's going on?
We're here today outside of a slaughterhouse to bring the truth to light, to show what the animals face behind this gate behind us here. This is an ABP slaughterhouse. If you go to animalaid.org.uk and go and look at the animal aid report done on the FSA findings on this very location, you'll be absolutely shocked to find out what happens at this very facility that we've stood outside of today. We're here today to shine a light on this industry and to appeal to the ethical, the kind, the compassionate people. Ask you to reject animal exploitation and go vegan, because right now animals are dying behind us. There's been hundreds of animals come past us this morning. They're in that truck right now, being taken off into the layerage. The layerage is a big holding area where animals will be held before they go into the kill floor to be stabbed to death and be killed. Their skins will be taken from their bodies, their flesh will be ripped from their bones, their milk and everything has been the product of their exploitation. Dairy cows and beef cows in this slaughterhouse behind us. You can live vegan and remove your accountability for it. Did you know these facts? Did you know that dairy cows don't just produce milk? Did you know in the egg industry that male chicks are blended up on the first day of life because they don't lay eggs? Again, like the dairy industry and the meat industry, same in the chicken industry. Egg chickens and meat chickens are 2 different breeds of chickens. They're not the same.
Mr. Grizzly put, what about wild animals? Is the same thing or different?
It's completely different. Mr. Grizzly, thank you for being here. Thank you for your comment. Wild animals are completely different. No moral agency in a survival situation, no options, and obligate carnivores. You can't take what a wolf does and then go into your local supermarket and pretend to be a wolf or a lion, because you're not that species. You have options, you're not an obligate carnivore, and you have moral agency. So you have the ability to choose a better option. Simple as that. Any more questions in there? Thank you for your questions, by the way. Keep the questions coming. We want to answer questions and get the chat going so that you can understand why we're here. If you don't understand why we're here, go into the top 3 dots in the top right-hand corner, click on the top description and go and watch Dominion in that Linktree link.
Yeah, we've got Vegan Rebel here. Thank you so much for being in the chat.
Thank you, Vegan Rebel.
But we are conditioned and need to break free of the meat tricks. What's the meat tricks?
Yeah, this is the indoctrination and the lies that are put upon us by the industry. Like we spoke about earlier, when you're a child, you have children's books. Why are children's books, majority of the time, based around animals and animal farming being okay? Then as you grow up, you're told, eat meat, eat eggs, eat dairy for calcium and protein. And then when you get older and you know that animals die, they try and then fool you with this humane slaughter and ethical farming nonsense. So there are layers of indoctrination. By the time you hit a teenager, you don't second guess it. You don't critically think about it. You don't think about animals in that way. You believe that there is such thing as humane slaughter. You believe that farms are happy, ethical places, and you never critically think about it. But what the industry don't fail to tell you is all of that is just a marketing